Hey guys, so today I have two things I'm doing. The first is I'm producing a video for the launch of the print shop, which is technically secretly launched for you guys. I'll put the link in the description, but it's not officially launched or announced on the main channel yet, which is going to happen next week. So I'm working on that or finishing that. And then the second thing I'm doing today is making a shirt for October. It's actually something I have wanted to do and planned and prepped since about 7 months ago. By the way, for those who are curious about how the B-roll I took yesterday turned out, here is one of those panning shots. It's a little jittery just because it's running some effects in Premiere and it's really high resolution, but it's actually going to be really smooth when it renders. It's actually smoother than it originally was, because when you use the slider, even though it looks really good, it's never perfect. So this is the raw footage without any filters and without any stabilization. So you can see that there are just tiny little bumps. Well, I mean, you probably can't. I'm just super picky. There's just little jitters. So I apply some overlays just to make the lighting nice. And then I apply this thing called the warp stabilizer, which makes that smoothness extra smooth. And I've applied that to a lot of the shots, particularly the handheld shots, just to add a nice smooth effect over it. In fact, if I play that again without the warp stabilizer, you can see that without the warp stabilizer, it's a little shakier, but then when I activate the warp stabilizer, it crops it a bit because it smooths it so much. And then you can see it's silky smooth, which is awesome. It's just my being super picky. I could use the raw footage, but I like it to look like sort of epic. So I'm hoping you'll like the result. The other thing I've done, aside from showing all that stuff off, is prep the last of the new prints, which are going to be up on the shop, or which are up on the shop by the time you see this video. So if you've been waiting for any of these, you can actually go get them now, including the coffee art challenge, that's up there. The liquid paper art challenge is up there, the Sharpie art challenge is up there, and then we also have some of the character design sessions. So this was the Rogers Rejects random character generation, and then we have the assassin, winged assassin with a scythe, and steampunk, it was something else. I don't know, death, tattooed. There was a lot of random features on that one. And then last but not least, we have KFP. Kentucky Fried People. So the prints are done, and I can't finish the video until Mrs. Jazza finishes helping me. She's taking the final images and putting them up on the shop now, so that I can later take footage of me showing the shop off, but the shop needs to sort of be in its final form, or at least its form that we're going to launch in for the video. So I'm sort of on hold on finishing the video for now, so I'm going to move on to the second thing I want to do, which is prep a shirt. So the shirt I've wanted to make for a long time, I've actually prepped 7 months ago. I made the sketch, so to speak. So I'm essentially going to trace over this. It's of an artwork that I've made that I wanted to turn into something more substantial. I'm teasing you a bit by not showing you right now. But yes, it is of a nondescript clown type character with the word smile here. So again, this is just sort of a rough template. It's based on this drawing that I did, and I'm not entirely happy with the edges here, the dark area here. It just looks like he has a really squashed in head, so I'm gonna sort of redo some of the structure, but you get the basic concept. The bummer is my actual initial concept was to include this, which is the text for a song, which is that one that goes, smile though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. I think it was written and performed by Charlie Chaplin, and I thought it was just so perfect with that image and juxtaposed with that psychotic character. But it turns out it's still in copyright, so say goodbye to that. But I feel like even in launching the shirt, I'd be tempted to I don't know, sing that song with the Joker voice or something. Anyways, this is what it looks like in context on 2 shirts, and it will only be available on black. But again, yeah, I'm gonna reset up the structure and make it look nice and clean and start fresh. All right, I've tucked away at this for a little bit, and I've created a fresh line work base that I'm gonna use as a base for the final art. But I do have to move on, so I'm just going to leave this here for now and come back to this tomorrow. because it's time to go off and finish the other video. And then when I come back, I'm going to fill in the base color and then figure out the lighting plan to make it look a little bit better than the original, where the structure of the color was, as you can tell, like that the edges of the head are a bit weird, and I don't know. I think I'll end up doing something with some rim lighting and something that'll look a little bit more solid around the fullness of it, but I do want some nice dramatic shadows and stuff. Alright, I've gone back to working on the print launch video. The last thing I needed to do before finalizing and wrapping up the video was just record or screen record some footage showing the actual shop in context and showing how you basically select different products and different sizes and stuff. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to record some voiceover explaining how that works and then wrap all that content up into one nicely packaged launch video. So head on over to our Redbubble shop. The link is in the card and in the description. You can see it all laid out like this. Basically, all of the default prices and images you see are the small poster price, and the sizes and all that stuff are available once you find an image you want to investigate and see what... Alright, it's quite late in the day. What time is it? It's like 6:45. So this has been a bit of a slog to get this to a place where I'm happy with it. I'm not entirely finished yet, just because I have to render it and just see if Mrs. Jazza's happy with it, but I'm happy with it. So there's a little bit of finalizing to do, but that being said, I really like the different product shots, which I took yesterday. So they're just like super smooth, and I mean, it's a bit jittery when I play it to you in here, but I think they show off the prints and the pictures and posters really, really well. Oh man, look at that. That's so nice. That's really what I wanted to do, because I'm so happy with how the product actually turned out, that to show them off in a really minty way is just, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I keep saying that. I'm going to stop saying that now. Alright, I'm going to wrap up with a question of the day, which I'll take from Tara Baxter, who says, what happened to the Disco Diva of Death character design? I don't think I ever saw the video posted. You didn't see the video posted, and I'm just going to be upfront with you guys here. Unfortunately, I'm not putting that out as a video. I edited it and I was nearly ready to put it out, and then I sort of stopped and discussed it with Mrs. Jazza, and it was one of the only times I've actually taken a conscious step away from something in favor of being family friendly. That's going to sound ridiculous to say because it's not pornographic or anything, but I felt like it was a little sexist in hindsight, and I also feel like, though my channel doesn't, you know, try and constantly toe this really respectable line of family friendliness, I think it's been really noticeable to me over the last few years and the last few months especially, that there are a lot of kids now watching and joining and you know, my channel and content. And though one doesn't normally think, oh, I'm going to adapt to the audience that is you know, adopting my content, at the same time, as a parent and knowing parents watch their kids watch my stuff, I felt like that would misrepresent what I would want their kids to watch and enjoy, or my child to watch and enjoy. So I actually just didn't put it out there. So I apologize if you enjoyed that and didn't see that come out as a video. I hope you enjoyed the stream. But yeah, that's, I don't know, I'm interested in your thoughts. Like, how would you feel in my position? It's a difficult thing to weigh, because on the one side, you know, having come from Newgrounds and doing the animation and game thing where there's a lot of juvenile humor and that's all part of the fun. On the other side of things, when you have almost 2 million subscribers and the largest growing part of my audience is children from, like, you know, the ages 5 to 12, you know, there is a responsibility that comes with that. And I think that was what it came down to, just trying to respect that. So I hope that answers your question. And as you know, like, I'm still not technically super glossy and family friendly or Disney-esque, in the sense that, you know, that smile shirt I showed you isn't the most gentle image. And then also content like Drunk with Jazza and Passepartout, you know, the antics that I get up to can be a little over the top, but at the same time, I felt like that was just without much substance, and I also feel like moving forward, I'm a little more conscious of that than I was when I did the Drunk with Jazza videos. So, I don't know. I'm interested in your thoughts. You feel like you've changed, man. You're not what you used to be. Or do you sort of get where I'm coming from? I'm interested in what your perspective is. Also interested in what you think of the shirt design. If you think you have any suggestions or changes, I'd be interested to know because I'm working on it tomorrow. So leave your feedback in the comments section. Otherwise, thanks for watching. It's late. It's 10 to 7. Time to go inside to have dinner and family time. I'll see you tomorrow.